Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out your hustle. And today we are here with Robin Shimizu talking about happy, healthy habits. So we would like you to sit back, relax, and let's just talk about what's really going on in the world of health with Robin and her friends. How you doing this morning, Robin?
Just fine, Terralina. Trying to
It
get
is.
trying to get used to this cold weather.
Oh my, it's always good to see you. Well, that's interesting because I'm on the East Coast and it's pretty mild here. And you're
Nice.
on the West Coast, and what's going on?
Oh, I don't know. Just I'm a warm weather girl. So
Mm.
when there changes, when it starts to change, I went out in the garage earlier this morning. It's cold out here. I don't like that.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
I
yeah,
was
everything's good.
I was looking at an article on my phone about how because of all the rain we had on the West Coast, that there are flowers blooming in Death Valley, that it
Wow.
actually formed a lake. And on the horizon, they can see these flowers blooming, which is
Isn't that
really
cool?
weird. Yeah, because they now have water out there. So I guess things are just changing, girl.
Yep. And we need to embrace those changes.
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay. So today I thought, okay, last week we talked about how fall is a natural reset, that you kind of look back at your year and you kind of think about what you're going to do in the next year, and you kind of do this reassessment. So I thought this morning we would take a little bit of time and just you and I just do a little reassessment on how we did on our healthy habits for 2023.
Mm,
Months ago we talked about, okay, what are the healthy habits for 2023? We do this every year. We kind of talk about what are the trends and things like that. There's only 5. So we're going to do 2 confessions today.
okay. True confessions. Oh no.
Not that we always do 2 confessions though. Okay, so the first one is very easy. It's eat more healthily.
Okay.
And I think we've been doing that.
Yes.
How about you?
Until recently, because I'm away from home, I
Uh-huh.
have been off of my normal routine, but
Uh-huh.
I'm getting back there.
Just
Mhm.
do the best you can while you're visiting,
I
and
allowed myself a little grace because I plan to be visiting for a while. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
mhm.
yeah. So, we're just gonna continue to start eating more healthily. I know that I'm eating more healthily just for virtue of being a caregiver. My
Mhm.
mother doesn't like to eat meat anymore, so I'm looking at
Oh,
all these different ways of introducing protein in her diet and things
yes.
like that. And and in consequently, you just are more mindful and you just eat more healthily. So, this year's been a good year for me in terms of my nutrition. Although I have gained weight. So, go figure.
And we'll count that to muscle mass.
Okay. No, okay. The second one is okay, now I'm not good at this at all. The second one was go on a social media hiatus.
Oh, I'm not good at that either. I mm-mm. I already curate what I watch, so I don't consider myself really addicted. I'm not scrolling in the middle of the night or mm-mm.
I know I'm doing way too much because I have the time and
Mm-mm.
you know, yeah, it's not a good way to use my time, that's for sure. I should be outside walking, which is
Mm.
the next one, which is the next one. Work on your body. And that's what I really should be doing is getting rid of the looking at Facebook and well, I've been listening to a lot of books and things like that. So I think that's okay, but that's not technically social media, I suppose. But
Mm-mm.
I gotta work. Yeah, I gotta get out and work on my
Well,
body.
here's the deal. When I worked in a phone unit and I couldn't really get out to exercise, I found ways to exercise at my desk. Like I sat on a ball, or I went over to the wall and I did push ups, or I did push ups against my desk. So, and then I had a little thing under my desk that I would pedal because I couldn't have a bike up in there.
Mhm.
But so you can find ways to do isometrics or yoga or something while you're listening.
So one of my I have a therapist that I see once a month, and one of the
Mhm.
things she said to me this month was, "Get yourself out there and do a trampoline."
Oh,
She says, "Look into it." She says, "It is." She's been trampolining for the last since February, and she said she is just beautiful for your
okay.
body,
Look,
spirit, for everything. You're just jumping up
we
and
are of
down
a certain age, and I would not risk the bones that I have that are in perfect condition on a
on
trampoline.
trampoline.
I think I would go with yoga or something a little closer to the ground than bouncing my. But that's just me.
Well,
Okay.
we have Maureen with us today, so
Yeah,
ask
we better
Maureen
ask
'cause
her.
she's gonna help me this coming year, on my
Okay.
physical. I'm gonna hire her to coach me on my physical, get back into my physical,
Yeah, if you're
just
gonna
get
do
some
a
good habits.
trampoline, I recommend you have somebody there to spot you.
Okay. Yeah. They actually have trampoline gyms and things like that that I looked up last night. It was pretty funny, which I wouldn't go to. Okay, and the next one is really, interesting. The 4th one is to get your life in order.
Mhm. Yeah. Does that mean declutter?
Sure. I think it means any of that stuff, just
Mhm.
so that you're not stressing out over being disorganized and not worrying about things because 'cause you're taking care of whatever needs to be put in order. There's so much stuff that needs to be put in order, right? Your paperwork, your everything,
Mhm. And if you guys
list.
need help with that, I have someone who helps with that. Um, and so just let me know. They'll help you with, making sure you have your trusts or different things you want to have in place for your family in order. Yeah.
Really? Oh, then,
Mhm.
that's a good thing to know. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good inventory thing to do, especially,
Yes.
as we get older, we need to get all that stuff done, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and the last one is learn to manage your money,
Uh, there you go. There you go.
which
That
I finally am starting to do.
it will give you peace of mind.
Mhm.
And if you have come into an inheritance or something like that, I strongly suggest you get a wealth manager because you're probably not used to managing large sums of money
Mhm.
if you haven't had that experience. And so you'd want to have some guidance.
Does BizChicks have anybody that's a
We,
wealth manager?
we can help you find someone.
Yeah, that's good to know because, those are hard people to find in your life, because
Hmm.
it's so personal,
Yes, it is. It
right?
really is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you need to be able to trust them.
Mhm. Yeah, I love BizChicks because you guys, it's pretty much anything that we need help on. We've got
We
coaches, like today we've got Maureen, who is our lifestyle coach. So she's gonna be able to comment on some of these things because this is what she does. A lot of it is what she
exactly.
does. So, shall we introduce Maureen?
Absolutely.
Okay. So happy to introduce Maureen. Maureen Stevenson is a healthy woman advocate, lifestyle coach. And what I like, one of her sayings is she likes to help women become sexy, beautiful, and vibrant. Now,
There
isn't
you
that
go.
nice? Yeah. So she helps us with our nutrition, our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, and our personal health.
Mm.
So pretty much the whole package.
So she's a holistic coach. Here we go. Shall we bring her on board?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, ladies. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity and for inviting me on your platform. How are you guys? You guys look.
All is well. How are you?
I'm well. I couldn't help but listening to you guys and talking about your trampoline. So a trampoline doesn't have to be this big thing. You can have this 7.5 small trampoline that you
Yes.
use literally. And 10 minutes on the trampoline is good for the lymphatic system. You
That's what I
see,
heard.
because the lymphatic system doesn't have the luxury of a pump. So, when they said the cancer spread to the lymphatic system, so it's very important that we move the stuff through our lymphatic system. And it's
Can we
kind of
do that with jump roping instead of trampolines?
no, but the trampoline, the thing is with the trampoline, I heard you were talking about your bones, right?
Yeah.
The trampoline really strengthens your bones.
Ah.
Yes, it's a great ways of strengthening your bones. You don't have to jump like the kids. We're not talking about the hey kids trample. We're talking about you. You can hold on to your post in your house or your bed or some form of furniture and walk up and down the trampoline. Walk up and down. You see those springs in the trampoline? Yes. So there's several different. You can even sit on the trampoline and bounce yourself up. So it doesn't necessarily mean, I know it comes like, oh my God, I had to be a kid again and protect these vital stuff. But the trampoline, it's also increased and detoxify your body. So it's a great. It has so much benefits when you hear doctors or whoever prescribing you to go to trampoline. These are the things that help us not to be stagnant.
Okay.
Yeah. So it flows, but but it's a great way, and it's I get it. It's look overwhelming because we see the kids springing on their heads.
Yes.
But there's a different form for us as women, the age woman, and and so it's a phenomenon things if you're trying to be a vibrant woman and if you're trying to just be an overall health, and it's so much. So it's out there, but it's for us to get a little bit more training and teaching that it's not this crazy thing, right? Everything in moderation. I just wanted to calm you a little bit, Terry, and
thank you, because I didn't know if I was gonna have to come back to California.
I see the bubbles start going off and like, oh, hey, yeah. And sometimes that's it. Like the fear part start coming in because we're looking, and then, but literally, exercise and anything we do is supposed to be about you and what you can do with it, so it's tailored to you, right?
Yes.
I just wanted to come in and say that. But this morning, I really wanted to talk a little bit. I know the holidays is coming up, and I know Amazon start rolling out their Amazon days and their Prime days, 10 and 11, and so it's kick off the the holiday season and the anxiety that we have to get this and we have to get that and we have to do for John Moon and everybody else, right? And then it's usually a very, very stressful time. And I want to recognize that it's a very stressful time. And so today I wanted to start early to do some tips. And I'm going to go through a little bit, maybe 10 or so, and you guys can interject and talk, a little bit. But the first one is literally to make a budget. Financial strain is one of the most leading cause of stress. And I just wanted to reiterate that remember that quality times win over expensive gift. Usually when I've never seen anybody like gone and somebody says, I remember the time they gave me this expensive watch. We always go to the last time, what did Robin says to me, or what did Terry said to me, or how many times did she spend with me, and sometimes when we listen to kids and talk about these things, they sometimes don't remember the expensive bag that we bought or anything. They just remember the time their parents spent with them and the quality and what did they do for fun. So that's my number one tip. Remember finance. And as you're just talking a little bit, I'm like, oh my God, this is a great topic because financial stress is really a thing, right? And sometimes we push ourselves too much over the top just to buy expensive gift for people to just throw them down. Most times we buy the same gift with family and they don't even use it. Try to figure how you can spend quality time with your family over a gift. Literally, it always wins.
That is that's so perfect, Maureen. You're right. Make a budget and
make a budget and stick to the budget.
Yeah.
Not just make it, stick to it. Like just this is all I'm gonna do. And think of creative ways. Think of ways that you can help, with your hands, with your kind deeds. It doesn't have to be a gift sometimes. Sometimes the gift is literally go sit down with the person, talk with them, and find out deep inside. One of the greatest things that they're coming up with after this COVID thing is about loneliness is the next epidemic. And so much people are lonely, and the gift won't fill that loneliness. Right? So just think of quality ways that you can do that. And the next one is to adjust your attitude. Yeah. Literally, do an adjustment of your attitude. You know your family. Sometimes we know our family, and so we have to be the person that be conscious of our attitude. Don't not because he is or she is. You can adjust your attitude to be in that space. Remember, you're in that space to honor the person and to establish some nourishment. Right? So your goal is to am I going to be nourished when I'm going into the space, or I'm going to be depleted when I come out? So an adjustment of attitude is my next goal. Have realistic expectation. Don't ask people what they can't give. Sometimes we know the limit of somebody. We know what they can give. Like I would always say, my people said, "Oh, she's hard" or whatever, and I'm like, no, because I understood her. So for me, when people come back at me, I said, that's exactly who that is. But before I go, I remember these traits or whatever about the person, and I adjust my attitude so I can have an experience and leave with an experience. Keep potential upsetting topic off the limit. Set a goal. No, today we're not talking politics. We're not talking about this. Today we're talking about family. How are you doing? You know what I mean? Have those topics that when they come up, you don't have to be because usually religion and politics break up family and break up family gathering. And somebody, the person is a Democrat. Fine, we're all human beings. Just take some topics off. Know the topics, know the person a little bit that you're going to be in. And if it's upsetting, don't push the button, And if they push your button, then that's where the adjustment attitude come in, right? Because you'd be like, today I'm here to love on you. I'm not here to love on politics, or I'm not here to love on whatever. Today it's a family. We're here to love on each other. So that's where your adjustment comes in. And I know people sometimes you got to be the bigger person. Yes, sometimes you got to figure out, I'm going to get through the next 3 hours with you. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. So I would say that accept the one thing that you can control, and it's you. You cannot control what you can't control nobody else. You cannot control your family. You can't control your kids. Know that. And that's another thing where adjustment of attitude comes in, right?
Okay.
Right. And you're
especially your adult children.
Oh my God. Me and my husband was just talking about them last night. I'm like, oh,
bless them.
Bless them. Lord bless them. I was just talking to my daughter a couple of days ago, and she wanted me to do something, and I'm like, baby, I can't do it because it's gonna put me in a financial bind. And she's like, oh, mommy, I didn't call you for a lecture. I'm like, okay. Okay. Okay, sis. Okay, darling, I loved you.
Well,
Yeah, so, you
I
gotta.
I heard somebody say, I know you think, we're old, and I know you don't want to be old, or get old or have anything to do with being old. So you know what? Don't worry about it, because this is old money. So I know you don't want any of it.
That's a good one. Yeah. So, like, sometimes you just, like, I'm like, God, and I just prayed, like, for just, and I backed off, like, because somewhere down the road, that lesson is going to come. And she'd be like, okay, is that what my mom was talking about? Right. But for the meanwhile, I want to have a relationship with my daughter. So I
Yes.
find a way to let it go. You know what I mean? And adjust my attitude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we got to figure out what we want from the person. We don't necessarily have to 100% agree with the person. That's their life. We have to find ways of living with it and
Yes.
honor whatever there is, and just like, Lord, you protect me when I was foolish. So give the same grace and compassion. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah. The other one I'm not telling you because you're grown adults, but drinking impair
Mhm.
our judgment. And so
Drinking.
we want to think about when we drink in moderation. Don't let the drinks take over,
Mhm.
and then let us lose control. And they always say when somebody is tipsy or drunk, the truth always come out of the tongue. And then that's why you always have people fighting and tell you what they need to tell you, like liquid courage. My husband called it liquid courage. So try to stay. I know the holidays come with some very nice drinks, but try to mitigate that. Don't try to let it overtake you. Remember that you're in control, and if you really do make sure that you have someone to drive you during the holidays.
Mhm.
I've just watched the news where a, a man got killed in Utah and leave his 7 kids, and his wife was pregnant with their 8th child from Ukraine. They're from Ukraine, and by a drunken driver.
Wow.
Yeah, just yesterday on the news. So I would say
Terrible.
mitigate drinking. And if you can't remember, there is Huba, Lyft. There are so many things now. Like you don't really have to go, but the same thing. What I'm just saying, it impair your judgment. So
Mhm.
you don't think that you have to call Lyft. You just think you're a superhuman being, and the world revolve around you, and you can really do everything under the influence, which you can't.
No, you
And
cannot.
so, remember that we are here for holidays, and holidays a special time for family, and you want a family to go home to their family. So
Yes.
think a little bit about that. And the next one is get some exercise. Maybe with a trampoline. Sometimes the exercise help you to fill the void that the drinks is taking up,
Yeah.
right? Or what you're mastering,
Mhm.
and that's the beauty of movements. It's nourish you so that you can be in control, and be in control. It wasn't meant for you to lose weight or all these other stuff, but it was meant for you to mentally clear you and mentally detox you so you can function as a healthy, vibrant human being. So think about it as nourishment.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
okay. Very good.
the seventh one is to practice gratitude. Although you don't like John Brown or Uncle C, thank God for Uncle C. There might be just practice gratitude, gratitude in the moment, right?
There
For
you
things
go.
like maybe you're not at the gathering for 10 or
Mm.
12 hours. You're just there for like 3 hours or two, whatever that time is. Just practice gratitude in that time. Gratitude even for yourself that you literally showed up for someone that you cannot, you know, you probably would rather not be around. But that's the strength that you draw from it. Just flip the script like, oh my God, I'm a strong person. I am tolerating this. I'm learning to be that bigger person, and think about that, even gratitude for yourself.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're not there gratitude for the person, but gratitude for yourself that you made it that far, and you're gonna make it through whatever time you have with the gathering. So
Wow.
gratitude play a great part in that. And before you get together, think about some of the qualities you like about the person rather than the negative ones. Yeah, way ahead. Maybe I like the way he dressed. Maybe I like the way he does. There's something.
There's something.
Think about those things. Don't think about how we na na nya 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 nya. Because when you go there, your attitude will, and it can all come back to the attitude. Your attitude stinks before you really go there. So when you go there, you just impact your drunk on the other person.
Mm.
So
Yes.
yeah. So think about those things. Think about and make a list. Maybe it's not a whole lot of quality, but there's some there. Think about it. And maybe the person is saying too that there's stuff that they don't like about you either.
Mhm.
And that's where your attitude comes in, where you can adjust that too. Right? So think of that, write it down, take them with you.
Think of it as an opportunity to grow.
That's what I'm saying. It's a strength thing because you're enduring it. So it's a muscle thing. It's growing. You're expanding. Just think about, as when people think about themselves, it makes them feel better about themselves in that way. So instead of project it on the other person, think about it. Hey, I'm strong. I am.
And what can I learn from this?
Yeah. What am I getting from it? Right. And then project that I think you make it through. Bring a reminder of something funny to look at.
Mm.
Yeah, example pictures, a funny text. What makes you smile? Because when the person might throw a jab at you, or say something under their breath, you'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna look at this funny picture or this sexiness or something and just smile." And so they don't, because when you don't react to something, it makes the person think a little bit and like, okay, I'll leave her alone or something. She's you know. So think of something that helps you. Maybe helps you to calm. Maybe it's a ball that you need to have in your hand to squeeze. They have those right, to deflate your triggers, right? Like, or maybe it's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? The brain, get it back to whatever it is. Think about that. And last
Was
10,
that the 10th one?
I think this is my 10th or 11th one. Take deep breaths.
Take
Okay.
deep breaths.
Okay, I was gonna say just breathe. Yeah. Okay.
My favorite is to take 5 slow, deep breaths, focusing on your in and out breath.
Really, your number 2 tip was adjust your attitude, and it's sort of all of it. If you walk in with the right attitude and it's a short period of time, you could do it. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, just
really good
focus.
tip.
Like most family members, literally, you don't see them for years. Like sometimes because you don't get along with them, so you avoid them anyway.
Mhm.
So when this gathering is, just think about like, I haven't seen Jim or Joan for like 10 years, but I can see them for 2 hours.
Mhm.
That's like the trade-off, because we can choose our friends, but literally, we can choose our family. Some of us would rather change our DNA, but it's DNA, it's embedded in us.
Mhm.
And so that's the luxury that we don't get. And and just to go there and beat up on the person who you haven't seen in 10 years, how does that benefit anybody? It doesn't.
Right.
But
Right.
the other thing too is when we are doing this, and showing ways to cope with these things, we're modeling this for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone else may want to go off too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody else may want to go off. And I would say, and then the other thing is like, to be honest with yourself. If you think that you cannot handle the situation,
Mm,
acknowledge and take time and accept. Take time to don't push yourself to be celebrated. You don't have to go.
I was gonna say, could you just
You don't have to go.
skip it?
If you know that the person is so irritating that it's going to irritate your muscle and you acknowledge that. Be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the things that most people do. We lie to ourselves and we put ourselves in position where we know that we're not getting zero from it. It's just gonna nigga, and then we're gonna go off. Right?
Mm,
So you can literally acknowledge that and says, you know what? I'm gonna skip this gathering because
yeah.
I don't think I am ready.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think literally I can handle that 2 hours and be okay. Accept that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you don't feel like celebrating, and this happened to me, the personal thing when my mom that passed. My brothers and sister wanting to have this whole big old thing, and had just seen my mom, and we were I was wearing her clothes, and I was good, and I did not want to see my mom in a casket. I didn't want to, and they couldn't understand, so they went off on me, like, because I wanted quiet and subdued time, and that was my way of processing it, or
Yes.
don't processing it, but and I'd be like, I've never told you guys how to grieve. Why are you trying to tell me to grieve? There's nothing for me to be celebrated off when my mom is not here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so you're gonna have this whole gathering for this whole big community and play music that my mom don't even like. She was a Christian. She don't even like secular, that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that drinking and stuff like that. And so and then I'm like, I remove myself from the situation because I know I have to live with my brothers and sisters because they're my sisters and brothers. I moved myself. I get a hotel and I stay there and just quiet and do the parts when I need to do and show up when I need to show up. And the other parts I didn't, because I know that I have to live with them and I didn't want to have chaos. So literally, you can acknowledge yourself and remove yourself from the situation, or don't put yourself in it. And that is what I would say. But don't listen to me.
I really am.
These
Uh,
were
I really am grateful that you gave us the option to make a choice not to put ourselves in these situations if we think they're going to literally be too stressful, Maureen. I'm glad that made the list. Thank you.
definitely, that is the first. In this health and wellness field, I think we so look at health and wellness as this big miraculous thing, and these simple things that help us to not have our cortisol level go way high, and put on if you know your hormones, these are the things that help us. Is not the how many treadmill or how many things you run. Those are important for other flush your system and other detox, but it's literally to try to live your life to manage stress. And so much of us, stress is managing us. And stress is not a bad thing, but it shouldn't be a thing that manages. So the way that you learn to manage your stress will help you to have a better and more vibrant life, because literally we're in a space here on earth and we have to live with people. How are we going to live with them? Are we going to live with them at a contentious level, or are we going to live with them at an amicable level? And that started with ourselves first,
This was great. Thank you, Maureen. It's very helpful.
So hopefully these tips help you. And Don't follow the Amazon and the all other stuff. And when you look up, you don't have any money in the bank account next. And then that brings a lot of stress, and they put overdraft on you, and then you got to pay this overdraft bill, which you didn't have money in the first place, and
Mhm.
now you're hooked with these high expensive interest rates, and sometimes the tie just stayed in the drawer right there. Sometimes they don't even like it, you know. So you got to figure out.
What I want, I think we need to get perspective. It's only a couple of hours out of the entire year,
Yeah, it is.
and don't blow the whole wad on a
Mhm.
couple of hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and literally, if you're really in a position that you cannot handle that, then you need to stay and work on yourself until you can handle that, because that's you. The other thing, as I said, you're only in control of you. So you cannot tell me, if you, me, and Robin is in the room, I can't control Robin. I can't control what Robin says. I can't do anything about what you guys says. The only thing I can control is me. So if my foundation is not good, if I react to everything,
Yes.
then I'm just gonna be reactive, and I won't have time, and life is too short for me right now, because we're fewer years left than we have in. So I always think of nourishment, and so if the gathering is not nourishing, why should I go and deprive myself of that? So
That's a beautiful way to put it. Well, I want people to know that they can find you. Um, they can find your group at Finish Life Strong. And let me see if I can share this site. Let me see. Share my screen. Do-do-do-do. Also, I want them to know that they can reach you through your foundation, Crawl, Walk, Run Fitness, as
yeah,
well. So we're going to put those links in the chat so that people can find you, Maureen. And let me see if I can do this
you
one
are,
here as your
yeah, you're
foundation.
doing a good job. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
That's it right there.
Yes.
So guys,
So,
yeah, that's all I have for this
Robin,
morning. I hope it was helpful. I hope your viewers are going to find it helpful, and so that they can have a more peaceful and balanced holiday.
I love it. Well stated, peaceful and balanced holiday.
It's so close already,
It is like, I'm like, after Halloween, then there's Thanksgiving, and then there's
It's
Christmas, then
rolling.
there's New Year's, and then the year start again. So if we can just close out the year peacefully with your family, with mankind, and just try to live peacefully within yourself, so that people can see the peace and the calm in you, and they can, hopefully, it will help them to kind of have that perspective of, oh my god, she's so calm. Even when John get off on her, she just hold her composed. And
Yes.
you know what I mean, like, because you're
Hmm.
taking care of yourself, mind, body, and soul, and that's the thing. It's to remember that we're not a part of anything. We're a whole being, and if we nourish the whole being, then the whole being will be able to stand up to all these stressors, and come
That's
out a
right.
little bit better.
Well,
So
Maureen, I'm looking at the calendar and you've got an event coming up on November 11th, right?
yeah. So it's a really a great empowerment day for women. And so we're going to be honoring women. We're going to honor the body. We're going to talk about ageism. We're going to talk about the changed body when we see change, and how we can find the assets in it,
Are
and
you all full up?
using clothes from our closet. I'm pretty much there.
Good.
Um,
Okay.
I
Cool.
I might have like about 2 or 3 space, but that's literally it.
So if
Um,
people want to come, how do they contact you? Through the,
we're at, yeah, Fabulous Fun Closet. Really
okay.
on Facebook as Fab Fun Closet. It's
Okay.
called the Ageless Woman Fashion Show, but it's beyond fashion. It's revealing the woman behind the clothes and what the woman, you yourself behind the clothes. And just coming to have a great day. We have some amazing event to get you to stop. It's literally an interesting concept that I'm trying to put in my brain and go out of my brain a little bit and work, because we run so much, and I want women to just come into a space and that can breathe and honor and just like, and so it's everything is going to be slow. It's not anything that I think everybody, because we keep running all the time. So all the activities was made to slow us down a little bit, to go inside and reflect, challenge us a little bit on who we are, and what do we want for ourselves as we hold space in the world. And
Now,
so
is this the correct
yeah,
Facebook
I
page?
see you put it up. Yes, it's yes, becoming the fabulous fun woman. And so we're going to be having models that models clothes from their closets, and we're gonna come in and have a great empowerment day. Good food. I'm a component of good food, so, so I am.
You have
I,
great food at your
I,
events. Your food is delicious.
I'd hired a personal chef, and he's a lifestyle advocate. He does his lifestyle. When you say lifestyle, he does his workout. He take care of his body. He eats good food. It's a person who walk the talk. And
Mhm.
so
Wow.
we'll have a person. We'll be catered for a man, a personal chef
I love that.
Wow, this is going to be a good thing.
to be catered for, like, because so much times we're the one that's catering for other people. And so
Hmm.
this is an opportunity for women to get to be catered for.
That's
And
so
so
nice.
that is,
Alrighty.
yeah. And thank you, Robin, for your donation. We get to bring a deserving woman in the room, and who may cannot afford it, to come in and to enjoy, pour other women pour into their lives. It might be somebody going through cancer. It might be somebody who's going through a illness, or have somebody died recently, a pet, or any, that type of person, to come in and just draw some strength from us too. So
Nice.
hopefully, yeah.
Well, I am so glad that your event is being well supported, guys. There's only a few spaces, so if you're looking to attend, make sure that you go into that link and get your space, or contact Maureen through direct message on Facebook. But we got to move on because we are
Thank
over
you.
time.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh,
Thank you.
Maureen,
Thank you. Thank
it
you.
was such a good subject. I mean, we
Perfect.
just, and timely.
It
So
was
thank
perfect.
you for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do we have?
I've started to see it in even in my own family, and the people that you got to have a house full of shoes, and 1 minute the kids just open it and look back on it, and it stays right there for the rest of the year.
Yes, exactly. So thank you for helping us get our emotions under control for the holidays. Robin, who do we have coming up?
So speaking of coming up, let's see. November 2nd, we have Linus Woods Mullins with us.
All righty.
So it'll
Well,
be
we
good to
always look
see her
forward
too.
to talking with Linus. I tell you, Maureen and Linus, they just
Yeah. I mean, really, to have these two coaches with us is such a
it's
blessing.
amazing. It
Yeah,
really
she's a
is.
powerhouse. She is definitely.
Really. Well, you guys are so well-rounded and so knowledgeable about the
Knowledgeable.
whole
Yes.
woman that it's it's endless. Maureen's going to be back with us on November 16th too.
That's great. Maureen, we so appreciate what you bring to the table.
Oh my God!
And
I'm so appreciated that you appreciate it and let me let me come on this platform. I'm like, it is such an honor. I don't really take it lightly, and I always say
bless
to
you.
your customer, thank you for the privilege of your time. I started this journey for myself, and now to understand that I am even trying talk to women. So one lady asked me that. Then I said, when I came here, I only know one person, and now I know a few. So I'm saying that that's that's goal for me, and that is so that is my status that I'm growing.
Yes.
Because now I'm like, oh, I only know one person when I enter Sacramento. No, I can call a different woman and to be in this space, and so that's my that's my clue that I'm growing, and
Well, you
yeah,
have built a beautiful community,
yeah,
and we are excited for you and all of the people that you have empowered and encouraged and helped them to achieve more self-confidence. So
Yes.
we thank you for that, what you bring to your community and to us here at BizChicks.
Thank you, BizChicks. You guys have been amazing too. Like, you guys have helped me to grow. I remember coming in there and just sitting in the corner and just listening and
Mm,
observing. I wasn't saying anything.
and because we know you now, we find that really amazing.
I
So
know, right?
I know, because when you come into the room, you light up the room
Yeah.
and just bring such joy. People just smile when you walk in the
Yes.
room. Just
Yes.
your presence.
So we've been in the space growing together. So thank you so much of the privilege of your time and for being here. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Thank you,
So
Maureen.
thank you again, Maureen.
Bye.
Bye bye. So, Robin, we thank you so much for all your fabulous guests and how you just, I don't know where you find these wonderful women, but they,
We are
girl,
so
get
blessed,
an A.
really.
You, you
Mhm.
get an A. So
Thank
we
you.
look forward to hearing more from you. And we want to remind everybody that tomorrow we'll be talking tech in a way that's easy to understand. And if you'd like to become a part of the Biz Chicks community, you can simply text 33777. Text biz to that number and join our community. Or you can find us at bizchicks.net. If you need help running a profitable business that's fun to run, let us help you take the hassle out of your hustle. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone. Thank
Bye,
you
Karen.
again, Robin.
You're welcome.
We're sending love your way. Bye bye.